Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Sotah page 37, which discusses the famous story of the Jewish people after they had left Egypt. They were confronted with a great body of water on one side, the Yam Suf, and the Egyptian army coming to pursue them. And they did not know what to do, and they realized that among the numerous potential options, one of them certainly would not be to go forward into this body of water. In fact, the Talmud here tells us that when asked, each person said, "I do not want to go in first." They realized that perhaps that's the only option, but it was not a very great option to just go into this massive body of water. And therefore everyone said, "I'm not going to go first. I'm not going to go first." And then we find the famous person by the name of Nachshon ben Aminadav. It says that he literally jumped up and he went into the sea first, which means he didn't even say, "I am going to go first." He just immediately literally sprung into action. And because of this, the Talmud tells us that because he came from the tribe of Judah, he was able to have in all future generations that leadership would come from him, from his tribe. As we know, King David, as well as the Davidic dynasty, they came from the tribe of Judah, from Yehuda. And therefore we see that Yehuda was able to become a king, all of his descendants, because of the bravery of this man, Nachshon ben Aminadav. And we see from here two important concepts. First of all, it shows us the quality of leadership. There are those people that will say, "I'm going to sit back and I'm not going to do anything. And I'm going to wait to see someone else take the lead." That is not the definition of a leader. A leader is not someone who waits and sits back and has other people engaged in bravery, engaged in taking the plunge, so to speak, and being proactive. Nachshon ben Aminadav demonstrated great qualities of leadership, which is why, because of him, it shows that in his DNA, it's something in which we want a leader to be, namely an individual that is proactive, someone who does not wait for others, but rather they take the lead. That's what a leader does by its very definition. They take the lead. And therefore, as being a good role model and that they're doing what they're supposed to do, other people will follow afterwards. But we also find something very interesting, that instead of even saying, "Yes, I will do it," he just immediately did. Sometimes actions speak louder than words. Even though he could have first said, "Yes, I'm going to do it," he didn't even spend a moment to demonstrate to everyone of the bravery that he's going to have. Rather, he just immediately jumped up and did it. And that is what is important when it comes to a leader. Now, the reality is we're not kings. We're not all going to be prime ministers and presidents, but we could take leadership roles. At the very least, taking leadership over ourselves. And the way that a person is able to have self-control and self-leadership is by being that person that does not make excuses. Even though you see this great obstacle in front of you, you could easily say, "I'm not going to do it. Let someone else do it." You need to say to yourself, there may be challenges, there may be great excuses that I can come up with, but at the end of the day, I need to step up. I need to do what I need to do. And if a person has goals and you just have certain ambitions, but you're just concerned of all the obstacles, all you do is see the obstacles, then you're not going to end up doing it. So we need to learn from Nachshon ben Aminadav that no matter what challenges may be in front of us, we have to step up, and by doing that, we will be able to reach our goal. And interestingly, it was because of him the sea split, which shows that if you take the first step, even though it seems like it's an impossible goal to accomplish, then once you start, you'll realize how much you're able to accomplish, even something which seems so far out of reach.